Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another sewing tutorial, which we're going to be making a hair scrunchie. So we need our needle, sewing thread, tailor's chalk, scissors, tape roll. Also be needing our safety pin, office pin, sewing elastic, fabric, sewing machine, which is optional. So you want to start by laying flat your fabric. I'm actually using a bridal satin, so you can use any fabric of your choice. So you want to work on the wrong side of the fabric. Yeah. So you'll be working with height of 5 inches and width of 22 inches. So that is it. And then you want to cut your fabric all the way. So after you're done cutting your fabric, so this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So you can see this is a satin fabric shiny face. So you want to fold it, you want to fold the wrong side in two like that, so such a way that the right side is inside while the wrong side is outside. So you want to be working on the wrong side. Yes. Here you just be leaving about 2 inches opening, so you do not sew that 2 inches, you leave it open 2 inches opening. So you just want to mark it so that you know where to stop and where to pick it up from again. That is just me marking it, so when I sew I remember to leave that. Now you pass your thread through your needle and you want to tie a knot at the end. Don't forget to tie a knot, and preferably you use a small needle for this. It's going to make your work easier. Just follow a straight line down, just like that. So you want to do this carefully so you don't make mistakes. So you can see how I'm doing. I'm literally following a straight line, so just like that. So you want to continue sewing all the way. So make sure you try stretching it while you sew, so it doesn't look like it gathers stitching and ends up being a terrible work. So once you get to that particular point we marked, you tie a knot, you cut it off, and then you continue from the other end, the other marking point. So make sure the opening is left open. So I'm just tying a knot now, then cut it off, then you want to continue from the other side. So if you have a sewing machine, it will just be easier. You just run a stitch down, and then when you get to that side, just move it up and then continue. So yeah, so the other side I marked, so you want to continue from there all the way down. So you want to make sure you sew the edges, but don't sew like in such a way that there won't be any space at all. So try to make sure it's neat. So you want to just sew it all the way through, stretch it as you go. Take your time, don't be fast, just take your time and make sure it's on a straight line. And boom, so you just cut off the excess, and then so you want to pick your your safety pin. You want to hook it at the edge like that, and then you want to pass it in, because we're going to be turning it inside out now, but not all the way, because you will sew the edges together. So you see what I'm saying. So once you do like that, you want to pass that particular edge of the fabric through the other side, like that. So you won't literally turn it completely inside out, you do it halfway, so you're able to join the both edges together. So make sure that part you sewed, we just finished sewing, make sure those two ends are together, so you sew it round again. So you hold its edges together like this. Sewing it round, you're not sewing it on a straight line, like you're not closing it up, you're just joining them together, so it becomes like a circle. To make sure you sew it round, like I said, round, join those edges together. So once you're done, you just tie a knot and then you cut it off like that. So now for that spacing that we left, you can see that it's joined together. So for that spacing that we left, now this is the purpose, or should I say the function. You pull out the joint parts of the fabric, or the remaining parts that is inside, and voila, you see that it's it's a perfect circle. You can see the joining part, it looks neat. And yes, I used my hand to sew it, needle and thread. Exactly. So don't underestimate the power of needle and thread. See that? That's neat. So you want to lay it flat in such a way that the joint edges falls to the side. Yeah, let me say it like that. So you pick up your elastic string, 8 inches. You want to use a small size elastic. Just cut 8 inches. Pick up your safety pin again, hook it to the elastic like that, and then you pass it in. So make sure you hold the other end of the elastic so it doesn't get lost inside. So you want to pass it through and then bring it out through the starting hole, so both edges meet. Yeah, so just like that. So now you want to sew those edges together. Some people tie it, but I won't advise that because it can easily just lose. Sew it together. You want to lay it on top of each other, about half an inch or 1 inch, and then so you pick up your office pin it together. So if you are using a sewing machine, just take it to your sewing machine and then run a rough stitch. We're using a needle and thread, so the sewing doesn't have to be neat because it's going to be inside. And you are literally like trying to tie it so it stays firm. So when you are sewing it, don't forget to remove your office pin. So you just want to rough sew it. I'll call it rough sewing, just to make sure it's tied together or it's joined together. So you want to sew it as many times as possible. And then you cut off the excess. This is it. So now, see, it's neat. It's not neat basically, but it's tight. So now to the tricky part, you want to close up the opening, but you want to make it in such a way that it's neat and it's not so evident that there was a stitching. So you want to pass your needle and thread through one side and then the other side. So first of all, you want to fold it in as though you sew it on top, but you're not literally sewing on top. So you want to push in all the rough edges in. So pass your needle through one side of that folded end like that, and then the other side. Don't do it together. One side like that, and then the other side. Remember to fold in the fabric one side like that, and then the other side, just like that. So you can see it's looking neat. So fold in your fabric properly. So the folded end, one side you sew it, and the other side. Make sure it's quite close to each other or close together with the other side when sewing. So yeah, just like that, one side, the other side. You can see that it's neat. It's not even showing that it was hand stitched. You can see that neat. So now then you tie it up. Don't forget to tie it up so it doesn't lose. Your work does not go to waste. And then you tie a knot. Tie it in such a way that it falls in the middle of the both edges and it doesn't show. So that is it. As simple as that. Simple hair scrunchie for you to pack your hair. So now for a smaller version of hair scrunchie, we're going to be using 3.5 by 26 to 28 inches long. So the height is 3.5, that's 3.5, and the length of it is 26 or 28 inches long, depending on your choice. So this is actually doll face satin. So you're working on the wrong side, fold it the same way, and then run your stitch. And don't forget to leave an opening, also 2 inches opening at the edge, just like that. Now I've run my stitch. You see it's neater than your normal hand sewing. So get your safety pin. You're repeating the same thing. You pass it through. You want to pass this particular edge to the other edge and then sew it round like we did in the previous video. So take your time. So you want to make sure that the both edges are like actually balanced together. So the sewn edges, if you understand what I mean, the parts that is sewn, you want to make sure those two edges meet together while you sew it. So once you've turned this in, it looks like a straight joining. So you sew it round. So actually you can't sew that with your sewing machine, you have to use your hand. So and I've also turned it out, so you get your elastic, same length, 8 inches. You pin it or you hook it to your safety pin, and then you pass it in and make sure you hold the other end so you don't lose it. So basically repeating the same thing, but this is a smaller version of the hair scrunchie. So yeah, so now it's at the point. So you want to overlay them half an inch and sew it using your sewing machine. So after you use your sewing machine, this is how it should look like. It should look rough, and then we are going to be repeating the same thing but a different method. So you want to fold it in and sew over it. So you fold it in properly and sew over it like that, straight down. So just like that, because it's black, it's not so obvious. So that is it. It's as simple as that, and it's actually easier. And there you have it. So that is our smaller size of hair scrunchie. So if you liked this video, if you enjoyed my tutorial, please leave a comment, please like my video, and please share to your loved one, and do not forget to subscribe. Bye, see you in our next tutorial.